Hello and welcome. Our world is a tapestry of fact and folklore, where history and imagination intertwine. Today we embark on a journey through the greatest mysteries of lost civilizations, real and imagined. What if some of the most captivating ancient worlds were never real, but born from allegory and ambition? Let's travel through time and myth, exploring the origins and enduring power of these legendary places. Our journey into the unknown starts now. Our first stop is the most famous lost world, Atlantis, a name that instantly conjures visions of mystery and grandeur. Atlantis conjures images of a utopian society, advanced and wealthy, swallowed by the sea in a single day. Its streets shimmer with gold, its towers rise above crystal waters, and its people are said to have lived in harmony until disaster struck. But the legend's origin isn't ancient ruins, it's the writings of Plato, in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, where he first described this enigmatic civilization. Plato described Atlantis as a powerful island nation beyond the Pillars of Hercules, rich in technology and virtue, a beacon of civilization that stood apart from the rest of the world. Over time, the Atlanteans grew corrupt, seeking to conquer Athens and the world. Their ambition and pride became their undoing. The gods punished their hubris, sinking Atlantis beneath the waves. In a single, cataclysmic night, the city vanished, leaving only legend behind. For centuries, many believed Plato's account was literal history, sparking endless searches for the lost city. Adventurers, scholars, and dreamers have scoured the globe, hoping to uncover its secrets. Theories placed Atlantis everywhere from Santorini to the Caribbean, from the icy waters of the North Sea to the deserts of Africa, but no evidence has ever surfaced to confirm its existence. Most scholars now agree, Plato intended Atlantis as allegory, not fact. The story was crafted to illustrate deeper truths, not to record history. He used it to contrast the virtuous Athens with a decadent, doomed rival, a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the fragility of human achievement. The real power of Atlantis lies in its symbolism, a warning that even the greatest civilizations can fall, undone by their own excesses and flaws. Plato's myth endures not as a place on a map, but as a story that challenges us to reflect on our own societies, our values, and the paths we choose. The search for Atlantis continues, not for ruins, but for meaning. Each generation finds new lessons in its tale. Its legacy is a reminder that pride and power left unchecked lead to downfall. The myth asks us to consider what we might lose if we forget humility. Atlantis survives in our culture, a timeless symbol of utopia lost, and the fragility of greatness. Its story is retold in art, literature, and film, each version reflecting the hopes and anxieties of its time. The ocean may not hide its temples, but the legend remains, echoing through history and imagination, inviting us to wonder what lies beneath the surface. We are drawn to Atlantis not for what it was, but for what it represents, a dream of perfection and a warning of its loss. It is a story that endures because it speaks to our deepest hopes and fears. Atlantis is both a promise and a caution, a vision of what might be and what might be lost. The myth of Atlantis is a mirror, reflecting our own dreams and warnings, our longing for paradise and our anxiety about its disappearance. In the end, Atlantis is less about a lost city, and more about the stories we tell ourselves, stories that shape our understanding of the world and our place within it. The legend lives on, as powerful as ever, inspiring new generations to search, to question, and to dream. And so, we move on, deeper into the world of vanished wonders, carrying with us the lessons and mysteries of Atlantis. Next, we cross to the Indian Ocean in search of Lemuria, a lost continent born not from myth, but from 19th century science. Scientists once puzzled over lemur fossils found in both Madagascar and India, proposing a sunken land bridge, Lemuria. Before plate tectonics, this seemed plausible and the idea spread quickly, but as geology advanced, Lemuria was debunked. India and Madagascar were once joined, but no continent sank beneath the sea. Science moved on, but the myth did not. Theosophists like Helena Blavatsky transformed Lemuria into a mystical homeland of ancient, advanced beings. Lemuria became a spiritual paradise, a lost world of wisdom and psychic power destroyed in a cataclysm. Today, geologists agree, Lemuria never existed. Yet the legend persists in New Age circles and popular imagination. Lemuria is a ghost continent, born from scientific error, kept alive by spiritual longing. It shows how a discarded theory can become a powerful myth. The story of Lemuria reminds us that ideas, once unleashed, can outlive the facts that created them. Myths endure where evidence fades, filling the gaps with wonder. Lemuria haunts the space between science and belief. It is a testament to our need for lost worlds, even when reason says they never were. The continent is gone, but the story remains. In the end, Lemuria is a legend shaped by both curiosity and imagination, and so we continue our search for vanished civilizations. Our journey now plunges into the Amazon in search of the fabled lost city of Z. This is not ancient myth, but a modern obsession, driven by British explorer Percy Fawcett. Fawcett, inspired by indigenous tales and mysterious artifacts, believed a great civilization once thrived deep in the jungle. He called it Z, convinced its discovery would rewrite history. In 1925, Fawcett vanished into the rainforest, never to return. His disappearance sparked decades of speculation and doomed rescue missions. For years, experts dismissed the idea, believing the Amazon too harsh for complex societies. But recent discoveries using LiDAR have revealed ancient earthworks and settlements beneath the jungle canopy. The Amazon was not untouched wilderness, but a landscape shaped by sophisticated cultures. Fawcett's vision of Z was fiction, but the reality was even more remarkable. Lost cities did exist, just not as he imagined. The legend of Z endures, a symbol of obsession and the lure of the unknown. Sometimes myth points us toward truths we never expected. The jungle keeps its secrets, but history is always waiting to be rewritten. Our search for lost worlds continues. Now, we journey to the soaring Andes and the heart of Colombia, in pursuit of El Dorado, the legendary city of gold that has haunted the dreams of explorers for centuries. The truth of El Dorado begins not with a city, but with a ritual, an ancient tradition of the Muisca people, whose coronation of their chief gave birth to the legend of the Gilded Man. During this sacred ceremony, the new leader would be covered in shimmering gold dust, and, surrounded by his people, would dive into the mystical waters of Lake Guatavita, offering precious treasures to the gods as a symbol of devotion and unity. Spanish conquistadors, driven by tales of unimaginable wealth, twisted this ritual into a story of a hidden golden city, sparking centuries of relentless and doomed expeditions across the continent. Explorers braved treacherous jungles, crossed wild rivers, and faced countless dangers, driven by greed and hope, but found only hardship, disappointment, and death in their obsessive quest. Attempts to drain Lake Guatavita yielded a few gold artifacts, including a remarkable golden raft depicting the very ceremony that inspired the legend, but never the vast riches they sought. In the end, the real treasure was cultural, not material, a legacy of art, tradition, and belief that endures to this day. El Dorado was never a city of gold but a misunderstanding, an indigenous ritual transformed into myth by outsiders' desires and imaginations. The legend reshaped history, fueling conquest, tragedy, and the relentless march of empires across South America. El Dorado endures as a story of how truth becomes legend, and how legend can drive men to obsession, madness, and even ruin. The City of Gold never existed, but the myth changed a continent, leaving behind empty camps and broken dreams. The true riches were the stories, the legends passed down through generations, not the gold itself. El Dorado is a cautionary tale about the cost of dreams, the dangers of unchecked ambition, and the enduring power of myth. It reminds us that sometimes the greatest treasures are the ones we invent, the ones that live in our hearts and minds. The legend lives on, gleaming in the imagination, a golden thread woven through the fabric of history. In the end, El Dorado is a mirror of our own desires, reflecting our hopes, fears, and the endless search for meaning. The search for gold became a search for meaning, a journey into the unknown that still captivates us today. And so, the myth endures, shimmering on the horizon, forever just out of reach. Our final mystery takes us to the wild and windswept North Atlantic, just west of Ireland, where, for centuries, maps depicted the elusive island of High Brazil, a place that seemed to drift between reality and legend. This mysterious island appeared and vanished on nautical charts for generations, with tales claiming High Brazil could only be seen once every 7 years, shrouded in mist and secrecy. Its name is rooted in ancient Irish legend, and has no connection to the South American country of Brazil, despite the similarity. Described in folklore as a paradise cloaked in perpetual mist, it was believed to be the home of an advanced, hidden civilization, untouched by time. Over the centuries, countless expeditions set sail in search of High Brazil, lured by stories of riches and wonder, but always returned empty-handed. As navigation and mapping improved, High Brazil slowly faded from maps, revealed to be a phantom. Theories abound. Perhaps it was a mirage, a trick of the light and atmosphere, or a misidentified shoal like Porcupine Bank, lurking just beneath the waves. Atmospheric illusions and wishful thinking may have tricked sailors into seeing land where there was none. The legend persisted, blending geography, myth, and the human desire for discovery. High Brazil is not a lost city of gold but a lost possibility, a place where the boundaries between myth and reality blurred. It reminds us of a time when the world's edges were unknown, and imagination filled the gaps, turning empty spaces into realms of wonder. The island's story is a testament to the power of belief and the enduring allure of the unexplored, calling out to dreamers and adventurers alike. Even as maps became more precise and the world grew smaller, High Brazil lingered in the mind, a ghostly name on faded parchment. It is a symbol of the mysteries that once haunted the blank spaces of our world, and the questions that remain unanswered. The island may never have existed, but its legend endures, echoing through time. High Brazil is a reminder that sometimes the greatest discoveries are the ones we never make. The map is filled, but the longing for lost worlds and hidden places remains. And so, the story continues, inviting us to wonder what else might be waiting just beyond the horizon. Our journey through myth and memory ends here. From Atlantis to High Brazil, we've seen how stories shape our understanding of the past. These lost worlds may never have existed, but their impact is real, fueling exploration, ambition, and wonder. Myths are mirrors, reflecting our hopes, fears, and dreams. Sometimes the search matters more than the discovery. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep questioning and keep wondering. The world's greatest mysteries are still out there, waiting to be explored.